showing an active hamstring release. So this is a nice way to free up some hamstring mobility if you are limited there. I'm gonna say if you feel like your hamstrings are tight, get with somebody or reach out to us to test the mobility of your hamstring. More often than not, hamstring, the feeling of tightness back there is due to an injury in the low back, a muscle imbalance in the hips, a way that you're moving. So I often see in my clinical practice people who say their hamstrings are crazy tight, but they can like put their hands on the floor, and so their hamstrings are mobile, they just feel tight. But if you have been measured to actually have some short hamstring muscles, I like this as a way to help to improve the length of them. It can also improve some neurodynamics of the sciatic nerve as it goes up and down the leg. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a band here. We want kind of a heavy band. You can do this with a strap, but something that's heavy and elastic really improves the quality of what we're doing here. So I'm going to get on my back. The key to this is essential to this piece of it, is that I want the band as close to my heel and kind of in line with my shin as I can without it slipping off the back. So usually for most people, there's kind of a cup right in front of the calcaneus or the heel bone. We want it there because the mobility is that I'm going to choke up pretty close to my foot, and I'm going to pull back so my my thigh is pretty close to my chest. I'm going to anchor this down with my arms, elbows close in. So a little upper body horizontal pulling work, which is going to be good for you anyway. And then I'm going to try and straighten my leg, hold about 5-10 seconds, and then come back down out of there. So I'm actively moving through here. And you should feel this kind of right in the meat of the hamstring through here. And you're going to repeat for maybe a minute or two, and at the top you can also do some contract relax, so you can work with your breath. So on the inhale, you're going to try and extend out. Exhale, you're just going to relax in a little deeper stretch, and then you'll come back out of it. So you can play with the breath here. So why we set this up at the heel in the beginning is because if I get this back at the toe and then extend out, this is actually just kind of really tensioning the sciatic nerve. So most people, when they do this, rather than the belly of the hamstring here, you're going to feel a sensation down at your knee. Most people interpret that as a hamstring stretch, but if you pay attention really closely to the quality of that, it usually feels a little less comfortable and a little more kind of nervy. Like if you hung out here, something might fall asleep for a while. If you've had back pain, this might even be uncomfortable. And so nerves typically don't respond well to tension. And so when people just wind their foot up, the sciatic nerve goes down the leg, branches into the sural and tibial and some other nerves, and then it wraps around and goes all the way to the toes. And so if we just hang out and crank back here, we could actually exacerbate a potential nerve irritability issue. And so we don't want to do that. So that's why we get it by the heel, and we start with the knee bent, because now in this position I can truly get to the hamstring. So if you truly are short in your hamstrings and you've been trying to stretch by just reaching for your toes, it could be a reason why those stretches haven't been effective, is because you're just going through that sciatic nerve. As just a side note for people with sciatic nerve mobility issues, again, that's something you have to get diagnosed, but I find that this works as a nice slider just to get things moving well in the back of the leg. So give that a shot, let us know how it goes.